So welcome to the lesson on Grow Zone 1, and it's simple, it's straightforward. So I've got two sprouting vessels that I use, sometimes three if I need to, but you can get away with using two. And the aim of this game in this one is to produce two little boxes which you can use to add into your daily salads, lunches, dinners, soups and anything else, just to give it a nice nutritional boost. So I've got sprouting mung beans here, which you'll see there. And I've also got sprouted lentils. And the different lentils, I've got green lentils, I've got brown lentils, and I've got some French lentils that somebody gave me as well. And they all sprout perfectly well, which is amazing. I just used to cook them and eat them. You can actually pre-sprout and actually you can put them in your soups, like warm hot soups. So you can actually cook sprouted mung beans and sprouted lentils. And there are recipes online to do with that. So how do we achieve that? It's quite straightforward. So with the mung beans, I'll put about 3 dessert spoons, which is the rest of that, and I just chuck them across the floor. 3 dessert spoons into the Easy Sprout sprouter. Cover them with water, like cover them. Don't just, push it past at least an inch. And I'll leave them. Next, you get about a dessert spoonful of brown lentils, a dessert spoonful of green lentils, and a dessert spoonful of these French lentils. And then I just add some water. And that's it. I leave them to soak overnight, at least 8 hours, and they'll just sit there and soak. So usually I'll set them up of an evening and I'll come down the next morning and I'm ready just then to give them a rinse. If not, I'll just set them on to soak in the morning and I'll rinse them out in the afternoon or the evening whilst I'm getting the kids or Fiona's food ready or my food ready. So the rinsing technique, what does that look like? Well, with these Easy Sprout sprouters, what's easy is you just lift them out and they've got a drain underneath them. Tip the water out, fill it back up with water, give it a swill around. I do that once or twice. I'm a bit of a rinsing freak. You might get away with once. And then you can just plonk them on top. And these have got a drain swivel on them, so you just lift them up and spin them a little bit and they'll just sit proud of the actual ring. So at least there's air that will get tracked down the outside of these Easy Sprout sprouters and allowing a free flow of air in through the items that you're sprouting. Likewise with the lentils, you rinse them too. So once you've done the soaking phase, which is the first 8 hours, so add seed, add water, 8 hours soaking, and then you go to the rinsing stage. So soak, rinse, and then you're going through the harvesting time, the growing time. So with the mung beans and lentils, you'll literally get them out and into these boxes literally within 48 hours. But you need to rinse them twice a day. So rinse once in the morning and once in the afternoon. And if you're really a rinsing freak like I am sometimes, you'll just do it again. Because it's dead easy just to run them under the tap, rinse them off. Now, the cool thing about these mung beans and lentils is that they don't need light because they don't need to green. They don't need to build the chlorophyll into the actual, the plants. So make sure that they're in the drain setting, which is they are now, they're just swiveled up. And then I just put them in the cupboard. Mung beans are actually bean sprouts. So when you go into the shops and you'll see bean sprouts that you add to your stir fries, these are mung beans that have been grown under pressure. So there's fun fact for you. So if you grew your mung beans under pressure, they would turn into a lot fatter, thicker products, which are actually bean sprouts. So before I move on to Grow Zone 2, fun fact number 2 is that chickpeas I grow in those sprouting jars. Now, I don't use chickpeas all the time because in the earlier course in Food Fundamentals, I covered the basics of food combining, and that you try and focus on a fat-focused meal, a carb-focused meal, or a protein-focused meal. So these are a carb-focused meal, which will be chickpeas. So sprouted chickpeas in isolation, I don't particularly love or like. So you can make hummus, sprouted chickpea hummus. You can soak them and sprout them and make a cooked hummus. So there's lots of things you can do with the sprouted chickpeas. The other thing I've found that grows well in jars, like the other sort of smaller, the things that you need to green, I found that I've experienced sort of mold growth inside the jars, perhaps because of my kitchen setup and there's quite a lot of direct sunlight coming in. But the other things that grow well in jars is clover, and that's pretty much it.